Hi friends, welcome back to Ryan's Writing Table. My name is Ryan, and today we're going to be talking about an alternative setup to the MCP video that I just posted a little bit ago. In my last video, I connected an AI assistant directly into a running copy of Packet Tracer. It built topologies live, but the setup might be a little bit intense for some people. So if you're thinking, that seems really cool, I would like to use AI to help me study for the CCNA or to build up my networking skills, but I don't really feel like going through all of that. That's totally fair. This is a version that takes 5 minutes and needs zero installation. So why choose one version over the other? The MCP setup from the last video is genuinely worth it if you're going to be generating labs regularly. It's faster, it deploys straight into a live session, but if you just want one topology to practice on this weekend, all that installation is kind of overkill. This version skips all of it. You don't install anything. You just ask an AI assistant, Claude, ChatGPT, whatever you prefer to use, just to write out a topology plan, and the iOS configs as plain text. And you build it yourself the normal way, drag devices, cable them, and then you just paste in the configs. The AI is doing the design work. You're just doing the 5 minutes of clicking. So going into Claude here, I want to show you the exact prompt that I used. So I wrote, design a 3-router OSPF topology for Packet Tracer. Each router has its own LAN with a PC. Give me the full IP addressing plan, the iOS config for each router, and bake in a couple of realistic misconfigurations for me to troubleshoot. And this is the important part. Don't tell me where they are. You never know when AI is going to go rogue, and it might just give you a spoiler, right? So it's always good to just say, like, hey, just don't tell me, right? Like, the whole point is that I'm troubleshooting this. And then you can see here actually what it gave me. It put it all in a little folder for me. It even gave me an answer key. No peeking, no spoilers, not allowed. But it gave me a config file for each of the different routers and a little README. So you can actually open this up and it gives you a full README file for how to set up your own network. It's so cool. So it gave me a topology here with even the wiring diagram, like where to make sure the cables go in. That's important for the configs to work properly. It says that all 3 routers connect to a single switch, shared OSPF backbone segment, and each router has its own LAN with one PC. Tells me what to build. So it says put down 3 routers. The 1941 or any router with 2 gigabit ports is fine. Put in a switch, put in 3 PCs, just cabling, obviously standard, doesn't really matter. And tells you which port assignments to give, and which router config. I mean, that was kind of obvious, right? R1, probably put that in R1, but just to be safe, it tells you. And it gives you the PC IP settings as well. And then it even tells you the challenge. So like once everything's built and cabled, try to ping PC1, PC2, PC3. Something won't work. There are 3 separate issues. Ooh, it's a bit of a spoiler there. Hiding in this network, some are routing problems, at least one isn't. Useful commands to start with. I mean, we know these, right, guys? We're not noobs here. This is cute. Good luck, and no, I'm not telling you where they are. All right, so let's implement this plan here that Claude built for us. So it recommended using the 1941 router. So we'll drop 3 of these in here. It did have a switch. I don't really know why, but we're just going to do that. And then we can drop in 3 PCs. Fun fact, guys, on the Mac, if you hold down Command and you click something, it'll let you put multiples of them, which is very easy when you're building on a large network or putting down multiple devices. I assume that's also Control on a Windows. I don't really know. I don't have a Windows machine. But yeah, Command. It works for everything, too. You can do it with cabling as well if you hold down this. Cable's here. Okay. So let's do that, and then this. So you can see, guys, in about 2 minutes flat, I was able to build out this topology. And then all I have to do now is pull up the config files and just paste those into the CLI. Go into the CLI, say no. You want to hit enable and then configure terminal, and then you just paste. And we're good. There's R1. So as you can see, Claude is literally giving us a MOP for all of these routers. MOP stands for method of procedure. Essentially, in actual like network engineering in a real production space, you don't want to go into a router and just start doing commands because you might type something incorrectly or mess something up, and then you kind of know where you're going. So in the actual workforce, we write out what we call a mop, which is actually all the commands that we're going to run in the router. We have peers review it to make sure that we didn't mess anything up. And then once it's been peer reviewed and been approved, then we can upload it into the equipment itself. So that way, it's kind of more control, right? Like you don't want to, like I said, you just don't want to start entering commands here and there because you could really you could cause an outage, and then that's money being left on the table, which we don't want. So let's paste in this mop here.
A few moments later.
Okay, so now it's set up. Now we're live. Now we can start troubleshooting. This is the actual fun part. Let's try pinging from one PC to another and see what we get. So 192.168.3.10. And we know this is going to fail, right? That's kind of the whole point. We always want to verify the problem before we start trying to fix something. So we verified that there is, in fact, an issue somewhere in this network, and that's why we did this, right? Like the whole point is to build out a broken network and then fix it. I'm not going to tell you what's wrong with this network. Actually, I don't know what's wrong with this network. I haven't actually done this yet. I'm doing this live with you right now. But stay tuned because Mochi and myself we'll sit down with you and sorry, I'm looking at Mochi. He's right over there. He's chewing on something and he's just so freaking cute. So Mochi and I will team up, we'll get together and we'll tackle this as a team. See what's going on here. So that's it, y'all. That's the whole zero install version. One prompt, a few minutes of building, and you've got a fresh practice lab with real bugs in it. If you want this to happen a little more automatically, that's what the MCP video was for. So please go back and watch that if you haven't already. That video will be linked down in the description. You can also check out the configs and the topology from this video in the description, as well as on my GitHub. So give that a try. Let me know what you think. And let me know in the comments if you found all the issues and what you want to see broken next time. Until then, Mochi and I, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.